Alright, ladies and gents, this is O20HW1, Systems of Equations Substitution. We'll walk you through the first couple problems here, and you'll be able to complete the rest of the problems here on your own. If you have any questions, make sure you just ask. Come to Extra Help and ask me. I'll be happy to help you out. Alright, so problem number one. We're dealing with systems. Now, we're going to solve these systems by substitution method. Now, you can see this problem is a little bit different compared to the ones that we were given before. Anytime you have a y equals or an x equals or just a variable equals a number, it might be easier to solve the system by using substitution instead of elimination. And eventually, next class, we're going to talk about combinations. But for right now, this is best used is to use the substitution method. The reason why? Because we have a y equals. So I'm going to take that 4x plus 7, and I'm going to put it in for y. So I'll type that out here to make it nice and pretty. So 7x minus 6 times 4x plus 7. That's going to equal 9. So all I did was substitute the 4x plus 7, what y is equal to, in for y. We then use the distributive property, like we learned earlier this year. So it'd be 7x minus 24x, and then negative 6 times 7 gets you negative 42. That equals 9. We then combine like terms, so 7x minus 24x. That's going to get us negative 17x minus 42. Then we're going to add 42 to both sides. So then we get negative 17x is equal to 51. And 51 divided by negative 17, that's going to get us x equals 3. But it's a positive divided by a negative, so make sure you write negative 3. Now that we solve for x, we're going to take that value of negative 3. I'm going to put it in to our x value in our top equation to find out what the value of y is. So 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Negative 12 plus 7 gets you negative 5. So y is equal to negative 5. Final answer is going to be negative 3, negative 5. So 1 is A. Next problem here, problem number 2. We have y equals down below, so we're going to take that 4x minus 10, and we're going to put it in for the y. So I type it out. Negative 3x plus 5 times 4x minus 10 equals 1. We then once again use the distributive property. Five times 4 gets you 20. And then 5 times negative 10 gets you negative 50. We then combine our like terms. Negative 3 plus 20 gets you 17. So you have 17x minus 50 equals 1. We add 50 to both sides, so we get 17x equals 51. And just like in the previous problem, 51 divided by 17, you're going to get x equals 3. We're going to take that 3, we're going to put it in for the x value. And we're going to solve for y. Now I like using the top equation just to stay consistent. So it's going to be negative 3 times 3, which gets you negative 9. Plus 5y equals 1. We add 9 to both sides and we get 5y is equal to 10. Divide by 5 to both sides and we get y equals 2. So you have x equals 3, y equals 2. My final answer is 3, 2. Or number 2. Next up is problem number 3. Same procedure. We're going to take our negative 8x, because that's what y is equal to. We put it in for y. Y goes to y. X's go with x's there, okay? So if I had an x equals, I would put it in and substitute it in for x, like problem number 1. Since I have a y equals, I'm going to take this negative 8x, I'm going to put it in for y, because that's what y is equal to. Let's type it out. We get 3x minus 4 times negative 8x is equal to 0. Negative 4 times negative 8 gets you 32x. So 3x plus 32x equals 0. Then we have 3x plus 32 gets you 35x equals 0. 0 divided by 35, you know, just x equals 0. So I take that 0 and I plug it in for the x value. So it's going to be 3 times 0 minus 4y equals 0. So we're going to have negative 4y equals 0. Divide by negative 4 to both sides, and we get y equals 0. So our answer is going to be 0, 0 for number 3. Last but not least, number 4. We're going to put 1 in for y. This is just like a regular substitution method. It's negative 6x plus 8 times 1 equals 2. The reason why we replace the y with 1, because they tell us in the above statement that y is equal to 1. So negative 6x plus 8 equals 2. We subtract 8 from both sides. We get negative 6x equals negative 6. We divide by negative 6 to both sides, and we get x equals 1. So there we have it. X equals 1, y equals 1, so the answer is 1, 1. Now it's your job to complete the rest of the problems on your own, 5 through 10. If you have any questions, please come to Extra Help. I'll be happy to help you out. All right, have yourself a good night.